Good afternoon, currency kings and queens. I wanted to go over a trade that I took today on EU and share actually what kind of happened and just look at what we have setups as far as setups for tomorrow. I know a lot of people have been trading NAS and gold and it's not kind of really doing anything. So I looked over at EU and just so happened to catch this. So if we look on the daily time frame, and I'm going to leave this right here because when we drop down to the lower time frames, it'll show up the way it's supposed to. But right now it's all jumbled just because I have a daily view on the chart. So if we look at the chart and we do some charting on the daily time frame, we can draw up this trend line. Sorry, y'all. And we can see that it was an uptrend here, and then it broke below that, started a downtrend, and then we went back on an uptrend, and then today I caught the downside of a trend that may be getting ready to continue. I caught it kind of like at the bottom of what's currently going on. So even though this is all drawn up here, I caught my trade right in this area here. So I just wanted to go over that. So the gist is the daily bias is a downtrend because we have this current trend here trending down. So I looked for sales. I dropped down to my 4-hour chart and I saw that we had a double top here and here. Double top. We had a push down with quite a bit of volume, and those are some big candlesticks. A little bit of consolidation here for another push down. And we retraced up just a little bit, even though there's still a gap here, and continue down. So even though let's see here, we had some areas of support and resistance that I drawn up to, and I was using the 1 hour quite a bit today. Let's see if we can drop down to the 1 hour so I can give you all a linear view, even though we entered on the 15-minute. Now, when I said we did the little consolidation here after these volume pushes down, you can see that there's two different big pushes. One happened on the 10th, it consolidated, and then the other one happened right around the 12th. So, and then we consolidated some more all the way up until this morning. It did what it did, and it broke a level of support. So if we're looking at the support levels that was broken on the 1 hour, here's a support here previously, and I'll make that yellow so you can really see it. Or orange. Let's do orange. We've been using yellow a lot. So it broke below that area today. It's a strong level of support that was there. So the trend that I'm looking at for EU is to continue down. Let's see where it could potentially be going to. We have a huge level of support here on the 4 hour. Right here, there's 3 different areas. 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4 over here. So that's a strong area of support if it were to come down to this area. And then after that, we would look at the area here. So it still has some room to move down. On our 15-minute, when we did our entry, let's zoom in a little bit, it's trending below the 200 EMA, meaning it confirms the downtrend that we were possibly thinking. But what exactly happened when I got in, because I was actually just glancing at the market. Let's take it back a little bit. Let's see if we can do a playback, y'all. Let's do a replay. Okay, let's start there. Okay, so the replay that I was in, and just act like none of this is already here. And we're gonna watch the replay as it plays out. And if you can see on the 15-minute chart, it's consolidating. I'm gonna speed it up just a tad bit so we're not here all day. So as we see this candlestick moving out of the consolidation, because let's just watch the chart play out here. That consolidation area, it has a support and a resistance area. Support's going to be down here, somewhere in between here, where our entry level is. So we're watching it as it forms. It has a huge spike down. And remember, we're not thinking about getting into the trade just yet. I'm going to show you the play out that caught my eye. So the market's doing whatever it's going to do. And as it's moving, I'm looking and I'm kind of spotting out the support and resistance areas in the range. You know how I draw my ranges, and it did that. So I continued watching because I noticed that there was more volume than usual in the market, and that could have possibly been news, which news was coming. So I noticed since it dropped down, it created a supply zone. I waited for the current candle that it's on to close, and I drew up my supply zone in that area and waited for the bearish candle. The bearish candle spiked and showed its face, and I jumped in to ride it down to take profit, as it's doing now. And it wasn't something that I thought long and hard on. I saw it and it looked familiar to what I trade, so I got in for take profit. It took a little while for the take profit to hit and play out, but bam, take profit hit. And guess what, y'all? Because we're still looking at the charts. We're looking at tomorrow. We're looking at other opportunities that we might have. So it hit my take profit, but the thing is it continued down. So what I'm going to look at for this evening, after this stops playing out, let's see if we can get this off of replay mode. Okay, so this is where we currently are with EU in the market. So we have the foundation of support here that's creating resistance currently. We have the ability to see that this is the low that it currently has made, and we still have these supply zones in this area. Depending on how you trade and what time frame you trade on, you can still get some sales. One, it's trending below the 200 EMA. Two, the trend on the higher time frames is still a downtrend, and we're breaking levels of support continuously. So that would say, hey, I got my 3 confirmations that we're going to sell on EU. If you were looking at something as far as maybe tomorrow or this evening, whatever time zones session that you trade, what I would do is notice that it went up there, retested the support that it broke, and we'll see how these candlesticks right now. The New York session is closed, and no, it's slowed down. It's not closed. I'm sorry. And then we got a power hour coming up, so we're just still waiting and watching EU to see if there's any advantages. It may be a long shot. Let's see on the higher time frames. Yeah, I mean, we're breaking support areas to where we can see a continuation down. There's a lot of downside to this. If you're interested in getting in, just do your analysis, follow your trading strategy, and let's get this bag, y'all. There's a lot of opportunity in the market for EU.